Are you caught in a lot of drama? Do you have toxic relationships in your life right now? Are you in a toxic, harmful, negative relationship with somebody close to you? Are you having a toxic relationship with yourself, with your body, with your life? I want to share with you something that really changed my life. When I attended a workshop, I was at a very low point in my life, personally, emotionally, and I thought there was no way out. I kind of knew something was going wrong and I didn't know what it was. And the minute I came across this tool, which I'm about to share with you, it took away so much ignorance from my eyes, and I was able to use it to change my life and my relationships. So it's a concept called the drama triangle. It was thought about by a psychiatrist, Dr. Karpman, and I can put a link to his information in the box below. And what he described was a drama triangle. There are three roles to be played. There's a victim, there's something good or some good person, and there's something bad or a bad situation, a bad person. Okay? And you'll hear words. These are the ways to know that you might be stuck in a drama triangle. Is one, it feels unhealthy, it feels toxic, it feels bad, unhappy. And words like always, never, you always do this, you never do that, I always break down, I always lose my temper, they always lose their temper, I never resist junk when it's in front of me. So even the worst person on the planet, there's no such thing, but even the worst person on the planet is not always bad. Even the best person on the planet is not always good. So the minute you hear always and never, there's already something going wrong in the way we're talking about it. It's dehumanizing. It is rigid way of looking at stuff. Nobody's always or never anything. Okay? So the minute there's always and never, you realize that something's going too extreme. Okay? It's important to take a step back. That could be a drama triangle happening. Another way you'll know a drama triangle is happening is if there's a lot of guilt, blame, shame. Those are very unhealthy emotions. And if that's the way we're trying to talk to someone or get through to someone, or I'm guilting myself saying I cheated on the weekend, now I'm so guilty, I'm gonna run in the gym, that's a drama triangle. I'm the victim, okay? The gym is gonna rescue me from my bad food choices. I'm doing drama with myself. Okay, you cannot outrun a bad diet, remember? But there is an emotional drama happening. I'm just not clear what's going on. I'm the one eating on the weekend, I'm the one rescuing myself, and I'm stuck in the middle of me. Okay? So the way to catch it is guilt, blame, shame. Those are again low vibrations, low emotions, and if you're feeling a lot of that, it's probably a drama triangle. There's some perfectionism, there's some rigidity. Okay, it's a very difficult place to live. All right, and that's why we get so unhappy in a drama triangle. So how do you get out of it once you realize that there is a drama triangle? The first step is take an appointment with the person that you think you're in a drama triangle with, or if it's you in your own head, get some quiet time for yourself where you can have an introspection, you can have a reasonable conversation with yourself. Because the drama triangle is all about high emotion, it's all about toxic negativity. That's not usually a useful time to have important conversations. Even haircuts and nail appointments require appointments these days. So taking an appointment to do something important makes sense. If it's a person, taking an appointment gives them time to come to that meeting a little prepared that there's something important that needs to be discussed. Sometimes the minute we realize there's a drama triangle, we want to catch them, we want to jump on them with our realization that this is a drama triangle, and they're not ready. And if they're not ready, they're going to go into their defensive mode and your effort will be less effective. So if you want your effort to be more effective, take an appointment. It's the fair and reasonable thing to do. Once you take the appointment, you start with something positive and true. So let's say you're having a bad time with someone, maybe a neighbor, and they keep parking in your spot, let's say, okay? So you can say, hey neighbor, I'm sure you want to make sure your car is easy to take out when the time is to leave the building, and I'm sure you like the spot where you keep putting your car. Saying something positive and true. Be genuine here. If you are fake, people can see through it, so don't flatter, okay? If you're trying to do this with someone you've had a really big fight with, and you just put a fake smile and you try to be positive and say something, they'll know you're not being true. So it has to be positive and it has to be true. Why? Because you want this person to feel safe, that you're not about to attack them with some allegations, some accusations, and then they'll jump back into the drama triangle, because it's always and never. Because they're not always trying to make your life miserable. So when you come with attack, they'll go into the drama triangle. So start with something positive and true. Take responsibility for creating a safe environment for this conversation. Then go to what's happening, okay? And this is where you take ownership and accountability for letting somebody know. Because if they keep parking in my spot, I'm assuming that they know how aggravating that is to me. Maybe they don't know. So I should at least do my part, which is express effectively. Hold myself accountable to talk properly to this human being. You know what's happening, neighbor? When you park in my spot, when I come home, I find it difficult to find a spot for myself, and I have to park here or there, and this is what happens to me and my car. Stating facts. You're removing all the drama, which is, you always park in my spot, you never use your spot, it's your fault that there's all this difficulty in my life. You're trying to make them feel guilty for their actions, you're trying to shame them, you're trying to blame them. You will not get a positive response. Chances are it's not going to go well if you come with that attack mode. But if you say, this is what's happening, when you take my spot, I'm sure you're trying to park your car in a way that makes sense for you, that's great. However, when you do that, this is what's happening for me. You're letting them know. At least you're solving that mystery of, they should know what I'm thinking. No, nobody really knows what you're thinking. Sometimes we ourselves don't know what we're thinking. We have to slow down and listen to our own thoughts sometimes, okay? So it's only fair that we let people know in clear, calm tone, this is what's happening when you do this. Then you go to telling them what you want. This is, again, you have to express your needs. A lot of time we're not expressing our needs, and we assume that they know my needs, and when they don't fulfill my needs, we start getting resentful. It could be me and my chocolate, and I'm not telling myself my needs, and it's me and the chocolate chips rescuing me from my stress and my emotional eating. So that could be, I'm the victim of my negative emotions, the chocolate chips rescue me from my negative emotions, and I'm the victim. So what would be me expressing my needs? Having a conversation with myself. This is what happens when I feel stressed. What I want is to be able to manage my negative emotions and be able to have chocolate when I want to. Internal conversation. And I want to feel like it's not a diet, because the diet is, I'm stuck between me and chocolate. The diet is, well, the diet becomes bad sometimes. So sometimes we say chocolate is good, and sometimes we say the diet plan is good. Depends what mood I'm in. And then sometimes chocolate is bad, and sometimes the diet is bad. So another thing about the drama triangle is you play musical chairs. A lot of times people will roam around taking turns. Like if it's a parent scolding the child feels like the victim, the parent scolds very badly, and then the parent tries to go and make it up by buying them something as a treat or buying them a sweet to distract them from all the pain that just happened. And they just take turns, and everybody's feeling some guilt, shame, blame, and they never resolve it. So in a drama triangle, people get addicted to this. It's called codependency. So they keep taking turns playing different roles, all the time drama, okay? So when you communicate your needs, you're finally putting your needs on the table. What I need is some relief for this negative emotion. I am feeling, stress of this type, and chocolate has been what I've done. My genuine need is for me to find a way to get an outlet for my negative emotion. For the neighbor, What I need is to be able to park my car in my spot, which has been given to me by the building. And what I need is for us to find a way to park our car where it belongs. And I need to find a way to do this with you. You're my neighbor. I want to find a way to coexist with you happily. Okay? So holding yourself accountable for communicating your needs, not assuming they know, okay, and not assuming they're evil, and having some compassion for yourself and for this other person, keeping things human, right? And because it's human, you're going to have to repeat, because you got very excited. You just found this tool called the drama triangle. They don't know anything about the drama triangle. They're used to dancing with you in that old pattern. You're used to reaching for food as an emotional crutch. So you're going to have to repeat this so that the learning process can happen. Allow yourself to be human. You're going to take time to learn this. You won't perfect it on day one, how to come out of the drama triangle. You may get stuck and sucked back into the drama triangle initially out of habit, because it's something new, okay? And you have to allow yourself that learning process. Using your own self-love as the reason to do this is, I love myself enough to put the energy and effort into learning a healthier way of communicating with myself and with others. Allowing for learning. I am worthy enough to have this conversation. I'm worthy enough for that other person to listen. I'm worthy enough to have chocolate when I want and manage my negative emotions when I want. I'm worthy of these things now, not later. And it's allowed to be imperfect, and I will be a work in progress, and I allow myself and things around me to be a work in progress, because that's actually the reality. There's no perfect human on this planet. So when we expect perfection, we're going to always be disappointed, and that causes that shame. So allowing imperfection allows more self-love, love for yourself, love for others, compassion, healing, calm, no blame, no shame, okay? And you may need to repeat that a couple of times, especially if it's with someone you really care about. You're not going to just walk away, right? You're going to give them a chance to think, oh yeah, this is someone I care about. When I do this is what's happening to them. I don't want to do that to them. I didn't even realize that's what's happening. I would like to change my habits, and then the conversation can evolve from there. Let's say you find a person who just doesn't want to change. You've told them as best you can. You've told them a couple of times, a couple of different episodes in life happened, different instances of disagreement, and you tried your best. You tried your best. You're human. So you will take some time to become fully enlightened soul. So in that journey, you have to be honest with yourself. Did I try my best? If you tried your best in heart of hearts and you've seen no response that makes you feel safe, that this person genuinely wants to make this environment better and escape from the drama triangle, that's when you need to put a boundary. This is something we struggle with, okay? Especially if we have not learned healthy boundaries in childhood, this is something we struggle with. And the drama triangle comes from a lot of times things we've learned in childhood. Maybe we've seen drama growing up. Maybe our parents didn't know how to come out of the drama triangle because they didn't know how to come out from their parents, okay? So it's okay. You can end the cycle in this lifetime. You're basically trying to end codependency, where I'm broken, you're broken, and we are in this toxic trauma bond of two broken things trying to make it work. How about I heal, you heal, and we coexist? So allowing for empowerment for yourself, empowering the other person, that I know you can rise up, I know we can build this relationship together in a more empowered way, rather than weak, powerless, victim, someone dominating and bullying on the other one, okay? Allow for things to come, allow what is, because you're also refusing reality, right? When you say, you'll never do this, or you'll never change, you're not allowing for reality. Or, how could you do this? They already did it. Whether you allow it or not, it's happening. So allowing the reality to be on the table, right? Allowing human to be human rather than dehumanizing it. Allowing growth. Allowing yourself to grow, allowing this person to grow, and allowing that relationship to grow. If it's you with better self-care, managing your relationship with your food or your lifestyle in a better way, that's growth. That's self-care, that's self-love. So if you do a boundary like this, the next time you park in my spot, I'm going to puncture your tires. That's not a boundary. You're not coming from self-love. You're not coming from a neutral place. You're coming from a very reactive place. You're coming from guilt, blame, shame. Always, never. What we're trying to do is allow for a new type of conversation, which comes from, I'm going to put a boundary here because I love myself. And if I love myself, I don't want to fill myself with that negativity of stewing and fuming and toxic guilt. Oh, I had the sugar, I'm so bad, and I fill myself with guilt. Self-love is, oh, I did this, I'm going to allow myself to learn from this and grow from this because I deserve that, I am worthy of it, and I love myself enough to learn how to do this in a more effective way for my mind, body, spirit. Okay? Once you put a boundary, follow through with it. Okay? This is what I will do if I don't get what I want. Follow through with that. If you don't, people will take your words as hollow, empty threats. Don't need to take this person seriously because you don't love your own words enough to follow through on them. And that's a lack of self-love. That's a lack of self-accountability. And if you don't honor your own words, why should they? Okay, so I learned this in a workshop by Trisha Caetano. I will put her name in the post below. And it was life-changing for me. It helped me heal myself. It helped me heal my relationships. It's helped me talk to patients, friends, family. And that's why I wanted to share it with you so that it can possibly help you as well. Take care.